What is the Gol Gumbad in Bijapur, Karnataka, St. Paul's Cathedral in London, the Grand Central Terminal in New York? What do they all have in common? And what does all of this have to do with our daily information diet? You know, the stuff we see on media and social media every day. That's the question on Media Buddhi today. Hi, I'm HR Venkatesh. So when I was a kid in Bangalore, I learnt about Gol Gumbad or Gol Goombas. It has a whispering gallery. And if you stand in one corner of the whispering gallery and whisper, your friend who's meters away on the other end of the whispering gallery could hear you. This was an amazing fact. And later on, I found out that there were many such whispering galleries across the world, more than a dozen in fact. St. Paul's Cathedral and Grand Central Terminal being just two others. So when I first heard the term echo chamber, I immediately thought about the Gol Gumbad. But unlike the Gol Gumbad, the echo chamber I'm going to be talking about now is not solid, it's not a place, it's more an idea or a concept to show that today a lot of the media that we are exposed to on a daily basis, we're exposed to stuff that's very, very similar to our own ideologies. So that's what is meant by an echo chamber. Our views or views that are very, very similar to us are being fed right back at us. So for example, if you're a BJP supporter, chances are that your information diet reflects that. And chances are that you will identify pretty strongly with other BJP supporters. And chances are that your information feed or your media or your social media feed will not include a lot of criticism of the BJP. Now, this is pretty much the same whether you're a Congress supporter or you believe that the world is flat or pretty much anything else, or you believe that some people should not have the same rights as other people. If you only read and watch the same kind of stuff again and again, your information diet is very limited. Let's put it this way. People who live in an echo chamber of their own opinions pay attention to information that fits their own conclusions and ignore information that does not fit into that. So that's a definition from Merriam-Webster. Now, the fact of the matter is, today we all live in an echo chamber 24/7. We'll come to examples of what I mean, but first, let's take a look at the other term in this video, filter bubbles. What are filter bubbles? They're very similar to echo chambers with one difference. Filter bubbles are governed by algorithms. Think of YouTube. Every time you go to your YouTube app on your phone or on your laptop or any other device, it suggests videos that you're probably already going to be interested in because it's going to reflect your tastes, stuff that you've already searched for in your history. So this is what my YouTube, for instance, looked like. A little bit of Danish Seth, cricket, the Beatles, current affairs, commentary on films, and so on. It reflects what I've been watching in the last few days. Now go to YouTube again, but not where you usually watch it from. So maybe it's an incognito mode in a browser on your phone or a private window on your phone or on your device. And look at the homepage of youtube.com. See how different it is. I mean, I never watch any of this stuff that is on my screen now. So that's a real-time demonstration of how a filter bubble works. Everybody gets a uniquely tailored feed based on their history and on their interests. This is completely different, for example, from a newspaper. Let's say the Indian Express. Everybody who gets the Indian Express gets the same front page stories, the same stories in the same order. Even on the website, it's pretty much the same. So unlike a newspaper, a filter bubble is an environment, and especially an online environment, in which people are exposed only to opinions and information that conform to their existing beliefs. See how similar that definition is to an echo chamber? So an echo chamber and filter bubble, they're pretty much the same, except filter bubbles involve algorithms. So let's look at some examples. As we've just established, your YouTube feed is governed by a filter bubble or algorithms. Your Facebook feed is also a filter bubble. You can try this experiment. Go to posts from people you don't like in real life, but for some reason they're on your friends list, and you start liking their posts and updates. See how quickly your Facebook feed changes. That's a filter bubble. And what about Twitter? It's pretty much the same thing. The only tweets you read are tweets of people you've interacted with or people whose tweets you regularly read. It's the same with Instagram and practically anything else on social media. Now, pretty interestingly, it's the same thing on email as well, particularly Gmail. Gmail, what it does is it splits your emails into different tabs: a promotions tab, an updates tab, a social tab, a primary inbox. Now, I run a newsletter, mediabuddhi.substack.com, and all the emails I send from Substack, they go to different tabs in different people's email inboxes. A lot of the time, my emails go to the primary inbox, but most of them go to the updates inbox or really the promotions tab. And this is all dependent on what kind of keywords I used in the subject line and so on. Normally speaking, this would be okay, but if someone is sending important information, especially an organization, if it gets lost in the promotions tab and you don't have a habit of reading your promotions tab emails, then that email is lost. And so that is a filter bubble as well. And finally, what about Google search? Even that is a filter bubble. Let's say you're looking for the best samosas. You search that on Google, you will get results, and these results will be based on the locality that you're staying in. Now, that would be okay when it comes to samosas, but what if you're looking for more sensitive information? What if you want to know the latest in Kashmir or the latest in the India-China border standoff? Depending on where you are in the world, you will get different results. So forget online. Let's say that Republic TV is your favorite TV channel and you watch it day in and day out. And for rotation, you go to Times Now. Now, chances are that if you keep watching just these two channels, you will get a worldview that is espoused by these TV channels. So is that a filter bubble? Is that an echo chamber? Is that neither? Well, it cannot be a filter bubble because there's no algorithm at work, so it's an echo chamber. One final example. What about your WhatsApp group? Now, this is tricky. A WhatsApp group is online. It is owned by Facebook, that is famous for its algorithms. But think about it, a WhatsApp group is not a filter bubble because it is not governed by an algorithm. However, it functions as an echo chamber, especially if all your WhatsApp groups are very similar or composed of people who are very similar to you. Okay, you might be asking at this situation, what does it matter that I'm exposed to echo chambers and filter bubbles on a daily basis? It doesn't mean anything, it's not dangerous. Well, it is dangerous because we get most of our news and views and reliable information via social media today. I mean, surveys tell that. We get a lot of that stuff on WhatsApp as well. And we live in these echo chambers day in and day out. It's not a matter of, a few minutes here and there. It's pretty much the whole day. It's the whole week, months, years of living in the same kind of echo chambers and same kinds of filter bubbles. So when we're exposed to the same kinds of views all the time, we tend to lose touch with what other people are thinking. We fail to agree on a common set of facts. When we do not agree on a common set of facts, we lose a consensus. When we lose a consensus, it's a big deal for democracy. Democracy gets hollowed out. But never mind democracy, when we don't agree on basic consensus, human rights suffer as well. Also, going out of echo chambers and filter bubbles makes us smarter and makes us ask more intelligent questions. So on that note, here's wishing you a great year and a great year of going outside your echo chambers and filter bubbles. And thanks for watching. We'll be back next week.